Isaac Newton, one of history's most influential scientists, was born on January 4, 1643, in Woolsthorpe, Lincolnshire, England. His birth came just after the death of Galileo Galilei, and as fate would have it, Newton would inherit and expand upon Galileo's work, shaping the course of modern science. This documentary delves into the life journey of Isaac Newton, from his humble beginnings to his profound impact on the world of science. Before we start learning about Newton's life deeply, I want you guys to watch the video until the end so you don't miss any important or tragic part of his life. And most importantly, please subscribe. Isaac Newton came into the world under challenging circumstances. He was born prematurely, so small that his mother, Hannah Ayscough, feared he might not survive. His father, also named Isaac Newton, had passed away 3 months before his birth, leaving his mother to raise him alone until she remarried when Isaac was 3. When his mother moved away to live with her new husband, young Isaac was left in the care of his maternal grandmother. This separation from his mother would leave a lasting impact on him, making him introspective and solitary. Isaac's early years were marked by a fascination with the world around him. He attended the King's School in Grantham, where he was known more for his mechanical inventions and curiosity than for his academic performance. He built sundials, windmills, and even a small water clock, displaying an early talent for understanding how things worked. Despite his interest in mechanics, Isaac's mother wanted him to become a farmer, but his uncle recognized his intellectual potential and persuaded her to send him to the University of Cambridge. In 1661, at the age of 18, Isaac entered Trinity College, Cambridge, where he was introduced to the works of ancient philosophers and modern thinkers. Dissatisfied with the prevailing teachings of Aristotle, he began exploring the ideas of more contemporary philosophers like René Descartes, Galileo Galilei, and Johannes Kepler. These studies laid the groundwork for his future discoveries. In 1665, a devastating plague swept through England, forcing Cambridge University to close its doors. Newton returned to his family home in Woolsthorpe, where he spent the next 2 years in relative isolation. It was during this time, away from the distractions of academic life, that Newton's mind truly blossomed. In what would later be called his Annus Mirabilis, or Year of Wonders, Newton made some of his most significant discoveries. He began to develop his theories on calculus, optics, and the laws of motion and universal gravitation. According to legend, it was during this time that he observed an apple falling from a tree, which led him to ponder the force that pulled the apple to the ground, a force he would eventually name gravity. Newton's time at Woolsthorpe was a period of intense intellectual activity. He experimented with light and prisms, uncovering the nature of color and laying the foundation for his future work in optics. His ideas on gravity and motion, although not fully formed, were revolutionary, challenging the existing views of the cosmos. Upon his return to Cambridge, Newton's reputation as a brilliant thinker began to grow. He was elected a Fellow of Trinity College and later appointed the Lucasian Professor of Mathematics. In 1687, after years of careful study and mathematical refinement, Newton published his masterpiece, Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, or simply, the Principia. The Principia was a monumental work that laid out Newton's 3 laws of motion and the law of universal gravitation. These ideas formed the foundation of classical mechanics, revolutionizing the way people understood the physical world. Newton's laws explained not just the motion of objects on Earth, but also the motion of celestial bodies, providing a unified framework for understanding the universe. The publication of the Principia catapulted Newton to international fame. However, this newfound fame also brought challenges. Newton became embroiled in disputes with other scientists, most notably Robert Hooke, who claimed that Newton had borrowed some of his ideas. These conflicts, though stressful, did not diminish Newton's achievements. The Principia solidified his place as one of the leading scientists of his time. In 1696, Newton moved to London to take up the position of Warden of the Royal Mint, a role he approached with the same rigor and precision that he applied to his scientific work. At the Mint, Newton oversaw the recoinage of the British currency, tackling the widespread problem of counterfeiting. His efforts helped stabilize the economy and demonstrated his ability to apply scientific thinking to practical problems. While in London, Newton also delved deeply into alchemy, a field that sought to unlock the secrets of nature through the transformation of substances. Although alchemy was considered a pseudoscience by many, Newton's interest in it reflected his broader quest to understand the underlying principles of the universe. He conducted numerous experiments, carefully documenting his results, though he kept much of this work secret due to its controversial nature. Newton was also a deeply religious man, although his views were unconventional for his time. He spent considerable time studying the Bible and writing on theological matters, often challenging the orthodox beliefs of the church. Newton saw no conflict between science and religion. To him, the laws of nature were a reflection of divine order. However, Newton's later years were also marked by intense personal and professional disputes. His long-running conflict with the German mathematician Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz over the invention of calculus grew increasingly bitter, dominating much of his time and energy. Despite these conflicts, Newton remained a towering figure in the scientific community. Isaac Newton lived until the age of 84, passing away on March 20th, 1727. His death was a significant event, and he was buried with great honor in Westminster Abbey, a testament to his extraordinary contributions to science and society. Newton's work did not die with him. His discoveries in physics, mathematics, and optics laid the foundation for much of modern science. His laws of motion and universal gravitation remained unchallenged for centuries until the advent of Albert Einstein's theory of relativity in the 20th century. Yet, even today, Newton's laws are still taught in schools and applied in countless scientific and engineering endeavors. Newton's influence extended beyond science. His work at the Royal Mint helped shape the modern British economy, and his theological writings contributed to the broader intellectual debates of his time. Though some aspects of his life, like his interest in alchemy, have been viewed with skepticism, they reflect the breadth of his curiosity and his relentless pursuit of knowledge. So that's it for today's video. See you in next. Take care, subscribe. Bye-bye.